So guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be teaching you a very cool packet trick, and it's going to be using the Elmsley count, which I taught you in last Friday's video. So we're going to be utilizing that technique today. So all that said, let's just jump straight into the performance. So I recently found this pretty weird packet of cards. Now, to the naked eye, it seems as if these are pretty normal cards on the backs of them. It's when we look at the faces that they start to look a bit strange, because on the faces, well, they don't really have any faces. As you can see, they are all completely blank. I don't really know how this is achieved. I don't know if they're just pulled straight off the factory press or whatever. But they are pretty strange because they have some pretty cool qualities. Magical qualities of that. So if we take a look at one of them, if we give them a little spin just like this, what that does is that actually achieves printing out a Queen of Hearts, which is actually perfect for a demonstration of Find the Lady. So now we have 3 blank cards and a Queen of Hearts. Now I'm going to leave the Queen of Hearts exactly where it is, which is third from the top of the packet. So if we just square that in nice and fairly, just like that. And now usually when we play Find the Lady, there's some sort of mixing process that looks simple to follow. So we're going to literally just demonstrate the cards like this. That made no sense, that sentence, but we're just going to walk past it. Okay, so we're just going to count the cards like that. And hopefully you've kept track of where the Queen of Hearts was. All I did was reverse the packet. So it should be second from the top if you were keeping track. However, if we snap the fingers, that's when the Queen of Hearts leaps to the bottom of the packet. And that's how you lose your money. Now I'll demonstrate how this actually works in real time for you. So we'll take the Queen of Hearts and we're going to flip it face down in the packet, and we're going to cut it into the middle of the packet there. And so now it is the only face-up card in the packet. So you'll see that when we count the cards, right up until the very last moment, you're able to see the Queen of Hearts is face-up third from the top of the packet, right up until the last second when we snap our fingers again. And that is when the Queen of Hearts switches out for a blank card. And not only does it switch out for a blank card, it means there's actually no queen available for us to find at all, unless we spin the packet again, and that's when the Queen of Hearts will return to our view. I know this is all very confusing to keep track of, which is why when I perform it, I tend to use a blue-backed Queen of Hearts, just so I can keep track of where everything is at every time. So that is the 4-card trick by Alex Elmsley. If you want to learn how it's done, please make sure to stick around. If you're not interested in ruining the magic, then I shall see you in the next one. Please make sure to like and subscribe. And with all that said, let's jump straight into the tutorial. So for this trick, you are genuinely going to need only 4 cards. And you're going to need 3 red-backed or blue-backed. It doesn't really matter which way around you do this, but for the time being I only have red-backed blank cards. So you're going to need 3 blank cards with 1 colour, and then you're going to need a Queen of Hearts from a different coloured deck, and that is literally all you're going to need. So the setup of this trick is you're going to have a blank card followed by your Queen of Hearts, followed by your 2 remaining blank cards, and that is your setup. Okay? So, as we did an in-depth tutorial on the Elmsley count on last Friday, so I'm not going to go into too much detail on how to do one in this video, so we're just going to pretty much run straight through it, okay? So, because basically this trick consists of only Elmsley counts, so if you want to learn how to do the Elmsley count, if you haven't watched that video yet, I will leave a link in the description to it for you to check out, and then you can come back and learn this trick. So, with all that said, let's just jump straight into it. So, we're going to need this setup, as I said, and all you're going to need to do to start off with is do an Elmsley count as you explain to the spectator why these cards are weird, as you show the backs, and as you do an Elmsley count, you're going to show 4 completely normal red backs. So it's just a completely regular Elmsley count from there. and that will end us in this position. Okay, so I'll quickly just run through that again, even though it was the first step. So you say, oh, these cards are pretty weird, but the backs are fairly normal. So that's your first Elmsley count to show 4 red backs. Now at this point you move on and say it's when we look at the faces that the cards start to look a bit peculiar. So you take off the top 2 cards here and you flip them over to show that they are blank, and you say, well, these cards are weird because they're blank. You use these cards to push underneath the bottom of the packet as you flip over the packet to show blanks again, and then you're going to do another Elmsley count at this point to show that all of the cards are indeed blank. So that's your second Elmsley count. That is to show 4 blank cards, and now your Queen of Hearts is now at the bottom. Okay, so once you've shown your 4 blank cards, all you're going to do is any magical move. I tend to do the spinny move of the packet, so you just hold the packet in either corner and just rotate the packet like that. Or you can just snap your fingers, it doesn't matter what you do. Okay, at this point you're going to do another Elmsley count to reveal the Queen of Hearts after your magical gesture. So you do another Elmsley count at this point, and this will reveal the Queen of Hearts to the spectator. Okay, so the Queen of Hearts now will be in this position, and all you're going to do is rotate your hand and show the spectator the Queen of Hearts, and you're going to count down and say, well, this is a perfect for a game of Find the Lady. So we're going to leave the Queen of Hearts in the 1, 2, 3rd position from the top of the packet, and then you're going to square everything up. So you're going to square everything up and then just slightly, slowly even, square the Queen of Hearts into the packet. Okay? So now the Queen of Hearts is genuinely 3rd from the top of the packet. However, we're going to now do another Elmsley count, and this is going to displace that Queen of Hearts in the guise of just reversing the order of the packet. Okay, so you explain we're going to mix up the cards slightly to move around the Queen of Hearts. Okay, so that's all we're going to do. We're going to do another Elmsley count just like this. Perfect, and now Queen of Hearts is on the bottom, easy to keep track of with the blue card, so that's nice and cool. All we're going to do now is we'll explain to the spectator that obviously reversing the order of the packet would mean that the Queen of Hearts should be in the 2nd position until we do our magical move, which I'll just snap my fingers at this point, and then we'll flip over the packet to show the Queen of Hearts is now on the bottom of the pack. Okay, so now once we're at this point, all we're going to do is we're going to tell the spectator, we're going to explain how it works, okay, and we're going to show them how it works with the card face up. So at this point we're going to spread through the cards like this, and then we're going to square them together. So separate the pack into 2 sections here, 2 cards in your left hand, 2 cards in your right. Square the packets together, and you're going to keep a break below the top 2 cards here. And as you do that, you're going to do a double lift. You're going to turn over the Queen of Hearts with the blank card underneath, just like this, as 1 card. And now all you're going to do is take off 1 card from the bottom in the guise of cutting that Queen of Hearts into the middle of the packet. Okay, so all you've done there is you've taken these 2 cards, you've got a break, you've done a double lift, you've taken the bottom card of the packet and placed it on the top, and now at this point you're going to flip over the entire packet, and now we are in this position, which is perfect for the finale. Oh, that almost wasn't a word. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to do another Elmsley count, you guessed it. So we're going to do another Elmsley count at this point to show that the Queen of Hearts is still face up in the packet and is now 3rd from the top. And the pretty cool thing about this is we can do this sort of move and just push up these 2 cards to reveal the Queen of Hearts is genuinely 3rd from the top of the packet. Now we're going to square everything back up together, and now we do the spinny move, and we will now do another Elmsley count at this point to show the Queen of Hearts has now been switched for a blank card. So now at this point we're going to strip this blank card out, we're going to show it to the spectator, and we're going to put it back to the bottom of the packet, And we're going to do another Elmsley count to show that there is now no Queen of Hearts available to bet on, as we do another Elmsley count to show 4 red-backed cards. We now do the spinny move once more. I know there's a lot of Elmsley counts in this, but that makes it so simple and makes you able to practice your Elmsley count a lot more. This is how I learned to do the Elmsley count, this trick. So, once we're at this point, we are now going to do another Elmsley count to show that the Queen of Hearts is now back in the packet and face up. Now, obviously, that is confusing, so feel free to run back through the video, but I think I went through fairly slowly there just to make sure everyone is able to keep up with that. But at the end of the trick, once you're in this position, you're going to now explain to the spectator that it is confusing to keep track of, which is why you keep your Queen of Hearts with a different coloured back. And that is the final part of the trick, the final reveal, and that is how you perform Alex Elmsley's 4-card trick. So if you enjoyed that, please make sure to like and subscribe. I think I already said that. Oh well, doesn't matter, doesn't hurt. So yeah, with all that said, I guess I shall see you in the next one. Goodbye.